Hey, this is Bill Pescosolido, and today I'm going to answer a question that I get all the time. And that question is, when is the best time to call my prospects? When is the best time to call leads? I'm going to answer that for you today in this video. Hey there, so I often get the question, Bill, when should I call leads? When should I call my prospects? When is the best time to do it? And I have a few thoughts on this. Now, for some of you, and for a lot of people, maybe not for you, but for a lot of people, the best time to call is just when you call. Meaning, some people have a hard enough time just picking up the phone that they're trying to figure out when the best time is because they shouldn't call now because now's not the best time. So instead, I'll call at another time because that might be the best time. And in reality, what that is just a procrastination technique or a procrastination, avoidance procedure, I guess, if you want to call it that. You're avoiding what you know you need to do. In a way, there is no best time to call, right? Just call. Just call right now, frankly, is the best time. As soon as you're done watching this video. So as soon as you're done watching this video will be the best time to call your prospects and your leads. Just call them. I'm serious. Now, I'm partly joking around, but I'm very serious at the same time, is that a lot of people just simply can't get over that hump and they try to think as a procrastination technique, what is the best time? There is no best time, therefore I'll never get around to doing it because I'm constantly waiting for the best time. There is no best time, right? You call when you call. And let me kind of dive into that. What I mean is, think about it. Pretty much everyone today, just about everyone, maybe not everyone, but just about everyone, has a cell phone. And what does a cell phone have? Caller ID, right? So it's rare, the occasion nowadays, where you're calling someone and you're calling like their home phone, where they pick it up and they're like, hello, Pescosolido residents, having no idea who it is on the other end of the line. That's pretty rare, right? What is much more common is you're calling their cell phone and they look at it and they decide if they want to take the call or not, right? They're going to screen it and let it go into voicemail, or they're going to take it, right? So, and I think what people are trying to figure out is, when is the best time? Is, am I bothering them? Is now a bad time? Am I avoiding them? Well, or am I annoying them, is what I meant to say. And you won't know until you call, right? And if it is a bad time, if it is an inconvenient time for that person, they're going to look at it and they're going to let it go into voicemail. I mean, let's be honest. What do? I know I oftentimes will look at my phone and say, I don't know that number. I don't recognize it. I let it go into voicemail and then I check the voicemail afterwards and see if, oh, okay, I'll call them back. I guess I should have taken that call afterwards. Or, I'm glad I didn't take that call. So I don't believe there is a best time at all. There's no best time. Just right now is the best time. Now, I do believe that you need to be mindful and respectful of other people's time zones, right? We're in a day and age now with the internet and lead generation systems that you might get a lead in California and a lead in Maine, and then a lead in Florida and a lead in Canada somewhere. And it is important for you to do a tad bit of due diligence and understand, okay, what time is it in their world, right? I know it's 4 o'clock for me, but what if it's super early for them or super late for them? And I feel that if you're going to call, I feel it's probably a little inappropriate to call after 8 o'clock, especially if people have families and kids, maybe 9 o'clock p.m. in the evening, but safe, don't call after 8. On the flip side, in the morning, I think if you're calling before 8, that's too early, and probably for a lot of people before 9 o'clock, it's too early. Now, if there's a particular prospect that you've called at various times, you're trying to track down, and you haven't had any success, well, then maybe you call a little later or call a little earlier because that might be the best time for them. But I think generally speaking, that 9 o'clock a.m. and after, and then that hey Michelle, I'm doing a video, what's up? Yes, everyone can see you. And then the 8 p.m., pretty safe to stay within those parameters, right? Now, you may also take this approach and say, okay, if it's they're in, say, whatever time zone, think about when is a typical lunch break for them, maybe 12 to 1. Because if you're trying to reach people and you're not having success, maybe it's because you're calling them when they're busy at work. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of people do this part-time, especially to start. Or a lot of people, if they're not in this yet, they have a full-time job, presumably. And so it's safe to assume that maybe 12 to 1, they'll be on lunch break and they could take the call. Or maybe it's safe to assume that between 5 and 7 o'clock, is a good time. They're home from work and it's not too late. American Idol hasn't started yet. The Bachelorette is still, not on for another hour. So it's a good time to call. Now, back in the day, you would say, oh, well, what if I call them during dinner? I don't want to interrupt their dinner. Well, if you're anything like me and my family, I don't even know when dinner time is. It's basically just whenever we eat. We don't have a formal time that we sit down. And same thing applies. If my cell phone rings and I'm in the middle of something, I'm not going to take the call. Right? So don't sit here and worry about when the perfect time is, because there is no perfect time. Just call them. If they answer the phone, awesome. If they don't, leave a voicemail. And here's another important thing. Leave a voicemail. Some people argue against this. I'm for it. And here's why. If I get some number I don't recognize coming in on my caller ID on my cell phone, and they don't leave a voicemail, I don't know. It just seems shady to me. And then maybe you think, well, I'll call them a day later or 2 days later. Same thing. They see this, say, oh, this is that number that called me 2 days ago from Cleveland. I didn't take it yesterday. I'm not going to take it today. Leave a message. And they wait for you to leave a voicemail. And if you don't, they say, that seems kind of fishy to me. Why don't they leave me a voicemail? This is getting annoying, right? So don't be that person that's just stalking them thinking, oh, I don't want to leave a voicemail, but they won't know it's me. Of course they know it's you. They have your caller ID. They see it's the same number, 316-555-1212 every single time. They know it's you. They just don't know who you are. Right? What they really think is you're some creepy person just stalking them and never leaving voicemails is what they think. So leave a voicemail. Keep it short and sweet. I'll talk about voicemails another time. But for this video, just to wrap it up, there is no perfect time to call your leads. Just call your leads, honestly. Be respectful. Be mindful. Don't call too early or too late. Do a little due diligence. Find out what time they're in, what their time zone is, what they might be dealing with at that moment. But outside of that, just call. If they answer, great. If they don't, no big deal. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, do me a favor. Share this video. Tweet it, Facebook it, one-up it, Google it, whatever it. Share it. And I hope you have a great day. Call your leads, and I will see you in the next video.